So, I want to talk about how WWE and Triple H has mishandled Braun Breaker. But before I really do that, I want to discuss Braun Breaker's main roster run so far. Braun Breaker debuted 2 years ago after WrestleMania, and then a couple of months later, he wins the Intercontinental Championship by beating Sami Zayn. A couple of months later, he would go on to lose the Intercontinental Championship to Jey Uso. And seemingly, they were building a feud, or at least they were definitely teasing a feud between Braun Breaker, who seemingly just turned babyface after losing the Intercontinental Championship to Jey Uso, and World Heavyweight Champion at the time, Gunther. But plans changed, and Breaker goes back into the Intercontinental Championship scene, wins the title back, would later on lose the title at WrestleMania 41 in a fatal four-way match where Dominic Mysterio wins the title. So, what happens next is quite big for Braun Breaker in that he joins Seth Rollins in the division, and I'm going to skip over a couple things here. Eventually, during the Money in the Bank season, during around that time period, Rollins, after winning Money in the Bank, goes down with a quote-unquote injury, and Braun Breaker, once Seth Rollins is gone, starts proclaiming himself the leader of the division. Seth Rollins reveals that's all a ruse. Seemingly, Breaker and Bronson, who's also a part of the division, didn't know about that, but everything seems to be kumbaya despite Braun Breaker saying he was the leader, and realistically, Braun Breaker would have been mad that he would not be aware of this plan that Rollins had. So we skip over a couple of other things because really nothing of note really happens outside of some realistic spear highlights from Braun Breaker and some mad promos at times. So after Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins have their match where Seth Rollins wins, Rollins goes down with injury, and Braun Breaker the next night turns on Seth, and so does Bronson Reed, taking out Seth Rollins, making him vacate the World Heavyweight Championship. So now it makes sense the guy who took out the previous world champion would be going after the title that he made vacated. But nope, CM Punk and Jey Uso go for the belt, and Breaker has nothing. So we're going to skip over a couple of things because it's not really that important outside of really the relationship between Breaker and Heyman. I think it's a bit weird that that Heyman is always stopping Braun from doing something that makes him cool. So we go to around Rumble time. Breaker gets a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship held by CM Punk still. He loses. He enters the Royal Rumble. A masked attacker attacks him, and he's eliminated by Obafemi. And then the masked attacker is revealed as the man who he injured, Seth Rollins. Now they feud only after Mania, really. Only after Mania, because Breaker in February has an injury to his, I think his hernia or let me just say his back. And he's out until a bit before, I want to say 3 weeks before Mania, which is in April. So he's not gone for long. He's not even gone for 3 months. Roman has taken shorter times as world champion than that between his breaks. So, yes, I just compared Breaker and Reigns. Get over it. But now they feud, and now it's ended. Breaker has lost the feud. So, what happened? In this post, I did not mention. My apologies. What we wanted versus what we got. Breaker with the World Heavyweight Championship. Now Breaker with the World Tag Team Championships. I'm gonna change it. Let's click it. Bang, like that. And so what happened? No, what? Not even what happened. What I would have done. I would have just had Braun Breaker win the World Championship from CM Punk. You crowned a guaranteed new top guy. Great. I love that. Breaker has because I think all that happens in November, October time. So Breaker would have held it until Mania before, he can either retain or lose it to Seth. I wouldn't be mad about that. It's a good story. But they went with the safe option in Punk. And granted, Punk had great matches with Balor and Reigns. And we wouldn't get that great, one of the greatest WrestleMania main events of all time. And I'm not exaggerating either. I rate that match like a 5 out of 5 stars, honestly. Like a 5 star match in wrestling. I think that match is amazing. But still, we're in the same status quo where it's just the same guys, and I think Breaker would have been a fresh air in the static boringness of WWE. I feel the same way about Obafemi. At least on the men's side. At least on the women's is a bit different. Oh wait, no, it's not. Never mind that. But still, I just kind of realized that in the moment. But that's my issue. Like, they've done so many things to mishandle Braun Breaker, and now Braun Breaker realistically is less over than he was at this point last year. I genuinely feel like that. Breaker is less over. So what really happened? It's like WWE and Triple H has this mindset of, because they're young, we have time. I said this towards the Obafemi video I made. I'm going to say it here. There's a such thing as momentum in wrestling. And Braun Breaker, at this point last year, after losing the Intercontinental Championship at Mania, had so much momentum that you could have gone for and, do something. Like, they were teasing this Seth Rollins feud that we realistically knew that was going to happen. But it was going to take way too long to get there because they didn't have the material for it. It was like, Jesus Christ, that was a loud horn. But at multiple times, it felt like we were just twiddling our thumbs waiting. So that's Braun Breaker being mishandled. Also, another thing, Heyman in kayfabe is a terrible manager for Braun Breaker. Always stopping him from basically doing whatever he wanted. And prior to that, Breaker had far more success doing what he wanted. Hell, because he was a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. But under Heyman, what does he really have to show? Nothing. In kayfabe, Heyman is a terrible manager. So there's a couple things you can do. Like, honestly, you can easily reheat Breaker. But you have to pull the trigger. Momentum is a real thing. And if Breaker is able to get momentum back, and he can, pull the trigger. Have him be a world champion. Because stars are slowly going. Brock, Cena, Styles, who knows how long Reigns and Rollins has. Because Reigns is a part-timer. Don't have this summertime fool you into thinking Roman Reigns is not a part-timer. He basically still is. For 3 months, he's not. But he's going to go away again. Let's be real, he is. And it's not going to surprise me when it happens. Cody is still the same champion. We need something new in Breaker. And Breaker, Femi, these guys are that new. But hey, let me know in the comment section down below, how did you feel about this? Let me know how you feel about this topic, my views on it. Am I wrong? Am I right? So let me know that in the comment section down below. Like, follow, subscribe, whatever you do. And I'll see you guys next time.